Hello, Terra Nivola, CM, and hello, world. I'm your host, Alva, and for September 5th, 6th, and 7th, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the 5th, 6th, and 7th of September, we're already into September, already into Virgo season, we are going to be drawing cards from the Power Animal Oracle card deck by Stephen Farmer, PhD, or just Dr. Stephen Farmer, whichever one. I think we've had this conversation before. Anyway, these are some pretty potent cards. I get like this sort of no holds barred, they don't pull any punches kind of readings from these. So before we get started, let's take a nice deep cleansing breath in. Let it go and let it flow. I know for my folks in the U.S., we are currently celebrating Labor Day. I hope you all are enjoying your extended weekend. So here's our card deck again. It's a cougar. In Appalachia, we refer to that as a mountain lion. And when they cry, they do sound exactly like, or when they, I guess, roar, or make the little sounds they make. They're not meowing. They're cats, but they're not meowing. But it sounds like a woman crying. It's a very eerie sound. That's what the universe has to say to us starting out this month and this week. Okay. So it came out really quick, so should have, and we do, a very cohesive reading. Okay, so we have all bird cards. I'll show you these here in a minute, but that always makes me think about air. They're spirits of the air, right? And air frequently represents intellect. So what I'm getting, just looking at these, is we need to get out of our heads, maybe into our hearts, maybe outside, maybe into our bodies, but we need to get out of our own way up here. Also, Mercury retrograde starts this Friday, September 9th, and will not be over until October 2nd. And so, again, that's something I associate with air, is communications, miscommunications. So double check your emails, make sure you have your car serviced. If there's anything you've been putting off, communication-wise, or getting in touch with someone, do it now. Okay, if there's any contracts or business things that you have in the works, finish it up before the 9th. Okay, just make sure you get your ducks in a row. Again, more birds. But our first card is Eagle. Okay, so Spirit, and it says trust in your higher self. This is very much a let go, let God, let Goddess, let your higher self. It says higher self. Your soul, your spirit. Your medial nature, as Dr. Estes would say. Let this sort of step in. This is more of your intuitive nature. This is more of that part of you that just knows. It could be a gut feeling, but I think frequently it's just sort of a flash of insight, or a sudden flash of knowing. Okay, so this is sort of getting back into your spirit, getting back into your soul, trusting those messages. I would also say meditation, prayer, a gratitude practice. Any of those things would be helpful right now to kind of get you focused and get you into that higher self, into more into the, I guess, spiritual realm. Okay, more in touch with spirit. Yeah. And again, this has little to nothing to do with processing things up here. This is a spiritual knowing. This is, as long as we're here in these bodies, your body tells you things too. So I think our spirits can communicate with us through our bodies as well. We tend to, especially in Western culture, want to separate those two things. They're not separate. They are not separate. Okay, so at least not until you're dead. They're not separate. So pay attention to your body as well. Okay, And whatever's going on, we're also being asked to deal with this with serenity. So here's our dove, also a universal symbol of peace. And it says slow down, pause, and breathe. Okay, so that's that. And when you come to the top of that breath and you hold it for just a second and then you let it out, how your body feels. And again, I feel like this is spirit body that we're being asked to sort of step into whatever's going on. And I feel like whatever's going on, whatever situation is going on, whatever you have questions about, whatever you're concerned about, this is the message that we need to trust, let go and let God, get into our spirit, get into our higher selves, be at peace, okay? As much as we can. I know, I have anxiety. I know lots of other people who struggle with anxiety disorders or depressive disorders, and sometimes it's really hard. I'm not minimizing that, but in as much as you can, cultivate practices that bring you peace. Okay, that may mean stepping away from people or situations or relationships or environments that are chaotic. All right, we're being asked to really listen to, be in tune here. Okay, get out of this and be down in here. Okay, be in your soul, be in your heart. And that's going to bring you this peace. It's almost like law of attraction. Like the more you can cultivate peace in your life, the more you're going to attract peace to you. It sounds kind of odd. It's almost like a fake it till you make it kind of thing, but not really. So, yeah, slow down, pause, and breathe. If you find yourself starting to get anxious, okay, slow down. Take a deep breath. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths. And then reassess. Okay? And that brings us to our final card, which is Swan Grace. And it says, appreciate the beauty inside and all around you. And I think this is part of our cultivating peace, cultivating our connection to spirit, appreciating beauty. Get outside as much as you possibly can. Get outside, be in nature, put your feet on the ground, cultivate practices in your own life that are aesthetically pleasing to you. That may mean changing the curtains. That may mean, go buy yourself a new shirt, get a haircut, buy some makeup. If that, whatever you're in, whatever it is that gives you that sense of aesthetic enjoyment, that sense of beauty, do that thing. But I also really feel like get out in nature. That's your spiritual connection. Get out in nature. That's your connection to your body, the grounding, the earthing. Give yourself this grace. Okay, we receive grace almost continually from the universe. If you don't believe me, go out on a busy interstate, watch how people are driving, and notice how many wrecks are not happening that should be happening by the laws of physics, should be happening and are not. That's grace, y'all. So give yourself some of this. And again, I'm talking about that spirit-body connection. I had a very disturbing incident at work last week, 2 weeks ago, where I saw one of my coworkers actively say something mean to their body, and that makes me like, oh, whatever. People think bad things about their body. I'm like, your body hears that. Your good and faithful servant that picks you up and walks you around and feeds you, digests your food and makes your heart beat and helps you to breathe and does. I'm not saying it doesn't get sick. I'm not saying it's always healthy. But if it's functioning and it does the things you want it to do when you want it to do it, it's trying. So when you say like nasty things to your body, like she was very angry. Like she had been sick and was very angry at her body. I'm like, you're sick because you're angry at your body. Stop being angry. And it's like, I can't say that. I could have said that maybe, but they're not, people don't want to hear that. Your body's not a thing, y'all. You're attached to it, again, until you're dead. So be nice to it. Like I said, it's a good and faithful servant. It does what you tell it to do. Okay? Whether that's good or bad. Whether that's, and I don't want to use good or bad. Whether that's healthy or unhealthy. It does what you tell it to do. And you should listen to it because it tells you when it needs things as well. Alright? I'm really getting that. I'm getting that spirit, body. Like we need to stop separating those two things. Your spirit is not separate from your body. You are not separate from God. You are not separate from Goddess or whatever deity is that you subscribe to. Okay, all of this is so deeply interconnected, and we need to get this. We tend to go up here and stay up here and pretend like we're separate from all the things. We're not. And I feel like that's what we're really getting here is get out of your head, get into your spirit, get into your body, because they are intertwined very intimately. Cultivate peaceful practices. Appreciate the grace in your life. Give yourself some grace. Okay? And the peace. Peace follows this. If you've been looking for peace, or if you feel like things have been chaotic or upsetting, that's where you're going to find it. You're going to find it outside. You're going to find it inside. And when I say outside, I mean like out in nature. But that's where it's at. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns about this reading, please put them in the comments below. I hope everyone who is celebrating Labor Day is having a good holiday weekend. And I will talk to you all again soon. Bye for now.